Hi all and welcome to the Truth, Honour and Integrity Show. His truth goes marching on, and this will be littered with it. As Michigan has stated this week, they will prohibit the open carrying of firearms at polling stations, clerks' offices and other places where absentee ballots are tabulated to prevent voter intimidation, according to state officials on Friday. I guess that is where a designated area for Operation Blackout false flags then. Pennsylvania has rejected over 370,000 applications for mail-in ballots, most of which were duplicate requests, according to a report by the ProPublica and Philadelphia Inquiry. About 90% of the denied application requests were duplicates, and 1 out of every 5 requests has been rejected. To the checkout girl in Walmart, have you found out yet which state Pennsylvania's in? Then we have Caroline Giuliani, the daughter of President Donald Trump's personal attorney and New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, is urging Americans to end this nightmare by voting for Democrat nominee Joe Biden and his running mate or man or whatever, Kamala Harris. Well, she needs to shut her pie hole and look closer to home as part of who the problem is. Think 9/11, Caroline. Wall Street's top matchmakers for mega deals sees a wave of corporate takeovers coming, with a worrying implication for the workforce and a jump in job losses. You're only 16 months behind our show, Wall Street. We warned of this in June 2019. As some decide they have had enough of the presidents George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln and Franklin Roosevelt are among the historical figures whose names are no longer considered honourable enough to adorn public schools in San Francisco. So the city's board is looking to rename as many as 44 of the 125 public schools in its districts after a panel of community members appointed to study the issue found their namesakes to be problematic by today's standards of woke conduct. Oh my. A new name that goes on their labels. As a new report reveals, the suspension of New York staff writer and CNN legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin, who was born in and born to, claims the legal pundit was masturbating during a Zoom call with colleagues. He exposed himself to members of the New Yorker and WYNC radio staff during a Zoom call last week, it was revealed. From jackass to jack off, it seems. As fact-checkers reaches new disturbing heights of crass, childlike stupidity, are people really getting what that whole exercise is? It is telling us all we are too stupid to think for ourselves, and please allow them to think for us, and we just copy and repeat them. All very school and church-like, that, isn't it? But then, if millions of people act stupid and childlike by wearing masks that states on the box is not a deterrent for COVID or any other infections, but let's ignore that, shall we? We, the bot people, are enjoying the comforts of our government looking after us, just like Mummy and Daddy did. We love our Milgram experiment, and we bow to authority and fact-checkers like the children we are. Is it just the fact that really too many adults lack love and prefer the mum and dad variety of care, which is then replaced by the government? and subsequently the world becomes a giant nursery for adults with childlike thinking, too lazy or too stupid to think for themselves. Now there are many people who can think for themselves, and the rest have shown themselves to be computer-like entities, unable to do anything unless someone presses their keyboard and they follow the instructions. They allow them to go ogle at you. They learn the alphabet from the agencies, call you Microsoft when actually it's Macrosoft in the head. And because you are Microsoft, you will be microchipped. And they just want you to do what the doctor has said and have an apple a day with their new partner for life, an Android. Fact Checker is their new Microsoft in the head messenger, while MK Ultra twitters in their head whilst they call you tube. A tube is a TV, and they return to the alphabets of ABC, all waiting to receive stimulus from the Trump card. Trump will look after us as Uncle Samsung for us. Our food is disappearing, yet these people wait for their news feed. CNN, the Children's News Network, all brought to you by the CIA, children imitating adults. They learn of the deep state, not the government deep state, but a deep state of amnesia, of how wonderful it is that Wall Street and us, or US, which is us as in them, are doing marvellously well, and don't worry about losing your businesses, savings, lifestyles, freedom and speech. Because Mummy Lie Ops, the non-Speaker of the House, is biding her time and will save you from the House of Orange Man. White hair, yellow hair, no one notices. As for your entrainment, not entertainment, Trump now does Easter festivals in the autumn or the fall. The fall of man for technology. They carry on with their hashtags. Hash means to chop into pieces, and then they tag you. The great divide and conquer program the bots love to play with. They go back to the computer to be plugged into a maritime seaport, where they have a monitor to go ogle them some more, or with a CAM, which stands for Children Are Monitored. Whilst they stay silent like a mouse, because they love the comfort of being trapped by a net, and into the net they go. All used like batteries, which is why they call it Duracell. Dura means the membrane surrounding the brain and the spinal cord, and cell is a prison, which means your brain is imprisoned and they are plugged into the back of the neck, just like several movies like The Matrix shows you. Let's collect some apps, which are applications and means the bringing of something to bear on something else. And that something else is us. The organic, self-thinking populace, while they play continuum-style technology games. Light web, dark web. It's still a web of the spider. But no worries, one search on the spider web will bring up your obsession and you will find your new master via cat-holicism. But don't worry, again, your new parent, the motherboard, will protect you whilst calling you USB. You stupid bastards. ET phone home? No, Earthlings phone home, as you're on a different world currently. Think and act different, which I said in our very first show. has far more meaning now than it did then, doesn't it?